Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your support. It truly means the world. Now, with that said, if you are not on my mailing list, why not? There is a link in the description box below where you can sign up. You will get there. I also do a monthly newsletter, which I'll tell you a secret, has a monthly reading attached to it as well. So if you want to get that, sign up to the mailing list. As you may have seen, I've been on a crazy creative binge, so there is 101 things and new products via my website, which you can check out on the link below as well. So with that said, before we start, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what is taking place for you this week. What are you removing, releasing or letting go of from your life path this week? Aries, what are you releasing? What are you letting go? And this week you get the 5 of Wands. You are letting go of doing things by committee. You are, you know, I mean, really, an Aries. But basically the 5 of Wands talks about a lot of people talking at once. And the feeling that I get from this card is it's almost like you're saying, look, you know what? I'm not going to check in with people anymore. I'm not going to, and I think you had this card either last week or the week before as well. Like, it's a very, very similar message that's coming through. And I kind of feel like, whereas before you will have made the decision, this week you are actually going through the motions of saying to people, or even just not checking in with them. It really feels like you're saying, look, you know what? It's okay to have a lot of input, but ultimately the decision needs to be mine. And that is what Aries is all about. It's what your sign is here to do, to find that sense of independence, of who am I separate from everything and everyone else. And with the fact that you're letting go of the 5 of Wands, it really feels for me like you're saying, you know what, I'm no longer going to do things by committee. I'm not going to seek other approvals, and I'm also not going to, you know, it's like you can take as much counsel as you want, but the decision has to be yours. So what is at the meat of the matter? What are you working on now? What is at the heart of it? And this week you got the 5 of Pentacles. So you got 2 5s here. First of all, I want to talk about that. In terms of the numerology, the number 5 is all to do with change. It's all to do with what is next. This really does feel for me like you are trying to emancipate yourself. This week, Aries, you really are seeking independence. This is the week where you're really trying to separate yourself from a group or from a social structure, or possibly even a family dynamic that you really feel is holding you back. The 5 of Pentacles is not a great card because it talks about being out of pocket. When I see this as what you're working on this week, some of you are really starting to cotton on the reasons behind you having less money, where your resources are going, what you're doing with them, and also how it is that other people, parents, family members, may well have limited your ability to earn or generate money. So you're kind of working on this energy and saying to yourself this week, you know what? I'm going to step away from this group dynamic and focus on myself. And by doing so, it gives you an insight into what is holding you back in terms of your finances and what is holding you back in terms of your monetary outlook. So what are you welcoming in this week? What is the overarching or overriding energy that is trying to break its way into your life? And this week you get the Justice card, your opposite in the zodiac. This really is about making decisions. When you see the Justice card, it's about weighing up the options and weighing up the facts. And check this out. So you've got the 5 of Wands there, and you've got the 5 of Pentacles there. If you were to stick this lady in the middle, these are the 2 things that you're trying to balance out this week. You're trying to balance out your actions with your finances, and ultimately by looking at those 2 things, or the dynamic between them, how your actions are impacting your finances, and how your finances or your monetary outlook is impacting what you are able to do. You know, because ultimately we need resources in order to do things, right? However, we can't really yeah, it feels for me like you're really balancing these 2 things out. It's like you're making decisions to emancipate yourself. You are seeking freedom this week, and by seeking that freedom, it's going to help you understand your personal outlook in terms of things that are, you know, money, and also making decisions for yourself. That Justice card as well For any of you that are signing contracts this week, exchanging contracts, handing things over for money, buying things for money, with that Justice card and the Five of Pentacles, just be sure to check the fine print. And with that Five of Wands there, go with what feels right to you. Do not do this by committee. The decision has to be yours. And one of the things that I will say to you, and I will leave you with this: people will always help you make decisions, but they're very rarely there to see you through dealing with the consequences of what those may well be. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have an amazing week, and I will see you very soon for more videos. Take care.